All right, team. Bryce, we're going to start with you. We're going to do a video review of our game from last week versus, what was it, ISU. Yeah, we'll start with you. I'm just going to do game 2 for you. I'm going to do a different game for all 3 of you guys. Just kind of picked arbitrarily. We're going to start with game 2 here. First, let's look at the ball chasing. So we lost this one 2-1. 2 things I like to look at. Let's look at boost management here. Okay, so Colin wasn't using a whole lot of boost. He was pretty middle of the pack. That guy used a lot of boost. Seconds with 0 boost. Colin had a lot. You had a pretty decent amount of seconds with 0 boost as well. Ape had almost none. That's crazy. Yeah, you didn't quite have 0 boost, but 0 to 25. So you guys are getting boost starved a lot here. Might use the supersonic. Yeah, that could be better, but that's not the worst thing in the world. Well, it's small pads. Okay. Colin could grab a little bit more. You grabbed a lot of big pads. Mount stolen. Yeah, they stole a lot of our boost. Oh, you overfilled a lot, though. Okay, we'll look at that as we keep going. Speed. Colin was going slow. You're going just fine. Usually high 60s to low 70s is a good range. Yeah, this is fine. You're going supersonic a lot. But actually, I think that's fine. We'll see. Power slide is fine. All right, so mostly we'll look at that boost and see. It looks like you're going to boost start. We'll see if that's the case. Go back to the game. All right, I don't really remember what particularly happened in this replay exactly, but here we go. I feel like it's probably best if I do a different game for all you guys, and then if I point out big team things, you guys can tell each other. So starting off with a messed up speed flip, I mess them up all the time too. It's fine. I know you've been working on them. You don't have a lot of boost, and you're going pretty fast at this play that's moving slow. I'll watch it again. I know you're trying to get over there. I think that boost was a little unnecessary. I think you're a little bit too far to the left. I think you could be a little bit more to the right, because this is most likely going to wrap around the wall right now. I don't think it does, because I think Abe ends up getting, or that person just kind of misses their touch, honestly. That ball kind of should have wrapped around the wall, so you'd probably want to be closer to the wall there, and you have a lot of boost, or you don't have a lot of boost. And once you see Abe stay here, I think you just got to let him do his thing. Once you see that, I guess it does look like he's getting out. Maybe he should have just got out. Yeah, that's a tough one. I'm not going to nitpick that one. Kind of getting beat his third there a little bit. So in this position, you know you have one behind you, and they're kind of at the same spot as you. I know you want to grab boost. I think you want to start turning in now. You want to grab... You turn in too close to the goal. If this goes towards the goal, you saw that you had Abe in net. So if that goes towards the goal, Abe has that all day. Your job is to cover this type of bounce, like a diagonal 45-degree from the goal bounce. So you kind of took a path that was like this. And I know you want these pads, but I think you can hit this pad and then power slide immediately, and maybe even go over this pad too. And if you're coming at this ball from this angle, you're hitting that. So the issue here is that you're overlapping coverage with your teammate. You see Abe right there. You even went on car cam to look for him, and you guys are in comms. He probably said that he was back post or something. You just need to be turning more aggressive at this. And so, yeah, the problem is that you guys are both covering net. When one person has net, especially from the corner's safe. You can't score from there. You don't need 2 people covering net. The danger is the pass. That's good. Just rotate back. Look at that. You maybe could have rotated wider. Looking at Abe's going now. And Colin's in net, so typically, I mean, you are on card camp, so it is a little scary. But typically, the tempo of everything that's happening, you will have a lot of time to rotate really wide. You could maybe even go for that big boost, but that's a little greedy. But I don't think you have to be like going as fast as you're. Like I think you can still grab. You didn't even grab this pad. Like you can be out here for this, and you'll be way better. You're going directly at the back post. This pad is like a key. Usually, for cutting inside of this pad right here, you're cutting back post too tight, especially when you have someone in net. But if you're out here, you can keep your speed, and you'll still have plenty of time to cut off any passes that come through. I think you could have got that too if you would have just boosted at it, whatever. I won't make you watch it again. And this is also just an issue. Like, you guys double committed throughout this series so much on defense. This is just an issue of, like, trusting your teammates and communicating. Like, Colin is on backboard. He's got this to high touch. And now you have no boost to go for this. So you're doing what you can. Nice, I like that. You gotta go on car cam before you hop off. Or just honestly, go on car cam, drive around. You're here. You can't be bumping your teammates here. You just gotta do better than that. They should have scored there. Once you bump him and he's in front of you, you just need to like kind of stop and you just cover the shot. If this goes to the right, Abe has it. You guys are doubling coverage. Abe should have that, but you also should have done this. You should have been right here, ready in case they try to squeeze it through, and you can stop it, and then you're turning around like this, and then you're here for the shot. But you go forward, and you, even though you see Abe there, and you have no boost, you can't afford to be this aggressive. I'm fine with that pre-jump. Yeah, nice. You have to just send it. Yeah, you got plenty of time. You're playing scared, dude. Just grab that boost. Play confident. You're playing so like slow and hesitant, and like you're thinking a million miles an hour. That's fine. I'm okay with you going for that challenge. You just are playing a little hesitantly. Why'd you guys get scored on? Oh, because Colin gets beat. And Abe didn't realize. I do want to see this real quick from their perspective. I think Abe could have got to that. He's here. He's here. He should be boosting and speed flipping or something. He could have got to that easy. I don't understand. This is fine. Yeah, just force them. You maybe don't even have to challenge right here. You can maybe even give them a little bit more space. Like, you're here. You don't even have to be driving at them still. You can turn this way and just shadow. And just, like, make him 50 you. Don't let him beat you. A 50 here is going to be so good for you guys. It's going to slow them all down and give your team time to catch up and set up offense. That's a good demo. Nice, you're driving over the pads. I think this boost grab is a little aggressive. Because you're gonna be second now. You're second. Colin's going first, you're second. I think he wanted to grab that pad, but I'm okay with this pathing. But now you need to cover this pass mid. That's your job. Abe's got goal. You have plenty of boost. You have 58. You can even grabbing this pad would even be a little greedy, but I'm still okay with that. But you can clearly see what that person's intentions are, and if Colin hits it, it's going to be the same. This ball is only going to go in one place, and that's right here. So that's your job to get there. You would have been there for that, and honestly, you might have even scored it based on how aggressive they're positioning. You could have just flipped into that ball and put on there. That was fortunate that you got the dunk. So here's what I'm assuming is going through your head. Because if I see this ball, I'm like, oh, I'm going to play this sideways to the wall, and I'm going to take it up. But that guy, Adept Creature, kind of looks like he's reading that. And so you're like, oh, I'll put it behind him now. And then, but he's still like ready for it. You still should like take it up to the wall or taking a soft touch. Um, I know it's hard to think of this in the moment. But you see this ball? Both these people are getting back, fighting for that boost. If you put this way, that's free for you. I mean, maybe that guy will be able to 50 you when you get there. Or you can do the thing where you jump up and then you kind of like backflip and hit it with like your wheels. You can do that as well. Good demo. Your off the ball movements better. You look like you're actually playing faster now. Nice. I'm okay with this. You gotta jump immediately on that. You like fake here because you want him to play at middle, and then he plays at middle, and you're like, okay, I guess I'll go now. You could have got a much better 50 if you went a little bit sooner. Still playing hesitant. You going backboard here. Actually, maybe you don't go on backboard. Abe's in a bad position. He's awkward rotating. Because if he cut that inside or on net, then he would just have it. Abe wouldn't have time to save it. So I'm okay with his positioning, because now you still have time to get the backboard, but he has BB. Yeah. I don't know what you do here. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's just not solely down to you. Maybe it was Abe's fault and he should have been behind you, so you could have gone backward. Let's see. He's here. I don't know. This is awkward for many reasons. I'm fine with that. You maybe, like, you have this person beat, and obviously now is like the risk reward idea of how much do I want to risk to try to beat him, to the risk of like getting dunked on net. You have someone behind you, so odds are even if you get dunked, you'll probably be fine. Because I think there's a world in which you take a really sharp touch this way to that corner, and you can beat him. It worked out just taking a hard 50 though, so not too mad about it. Nice, good demo. You've gotten a lot of demos and bumps and stuff. Oh, you are way too far pushed up here. Once you see this touch, you gotta like slam on your brakes, or you have to like go forward and whip around. You need to keep the net in front of you, and what you end up doing is you slam on your brakes right here. The net is no longer in front of you. This small portion of the net is in front of you. All of this is juicy and behind you for them to shoot at, which they do shoot at and they just miss. We should have got scored on there. But why did that ball go middle? Maybe that wasn't... If I were you, I think you could turn that way. If I were you, I think I would have and whipped around this way. And I'm covering the shot from here. Can't afford to freeze like that. You don't always have to go for the dunk. I understand like your first and stuff. The chances of getting the dunk from this far back, very, very, very small. You're fine here. You've already done your job of forcing him to give it away. You can maybe even go for a demo after. I think I like that. Maybe that is kind of what you were doing. You're hoping he would jump immediately. But the jump is always more risk. So you could either just drive at him and try to get the demo on the ground, or just straight up turn around right there. Because now you're taking yourself out of the play for a really long time. And now you're not here to support Abe. It might not have mattered in that particular instance, but like if Abe just got a soft touch there in net, they would have just followed it up. But if you would have just fake challenged there, then you would have been there to clear the soft save. Careful with your takeoffs. I think I've noticed this a few times now. When you jump, look where you're going. You're going over here, my guy. The ball's over here. And now look how you're boosting. If you just take a quarter of a second to just... and then jump, you'll have a much, much easier time and save so much boost. And you get a much better touch. You could touch it forward. You could keep it with your car. Now you can't follow it because you're on the side of the ball. Also remember the magic triangle. How I always talk to you guys about it like this. But the coach that I talked to said it should be more like that. So this one. So you can stay across field a little bit more than you think. Because that ball could bounce off the backboard and across, and then you could be there. And you're still going to have forward momentum this way. So like here and pointing in. So you don't have to go this far since Colin's already over there. You see how this pans out? It's usually going to go like across the net. And now you're like awkward, where if you were here, you would have been on that ball. Nice, good save. The other option too, instead of going for this ball, is going for a demo on this guy. But I think you have him beat, so this is a safer option. Good recoveries. Way to keep your momentum. Oh, Colin. Why he got to jump so early? He could have just waited. No, he just touched it for no reason. Or he could have just got out of there and let you have it, to be honest. But I want to see what you do after his touch. You don't know where that's going. You just slammed on your brakes at the moment of impact. And so when you slam on your brakes, then you're covering nothing unless he hits it right at you. Just keep your speed, play confident, trust your reads. Because now you do nothing. And this is just awkward. Now you're making it awkward for your goalie. Okay, at least you did get something out of it. But realistically, this dude should have hit the ball. You gotta be really careful too when you're going for 50s from an air dribble like this. You don't want to hit it one more time going away from you. You want to be like matching the speed of it. Now you're going like faster than the ball, and now the ball's going faster than you. And once you hit the ball right before you land, they're going to be able to dunk it rather than you taking a 50. You want them to hit the ball into you and be directly like goal side of the ball. And you're over here. So this is really risky. That could have turned out really bad. You did still get a piece of it, but very scary. Dude, just boost management. You got plenty. And when you're advancing on, when you're transitioning from defense to offense, excuse me, look how many pads there are. Like, I mean, I guess they grabbed a lot of them, but you had 50-something boost. You already had a lot of forward momentum. You're almost going supersonic, basically. Like one flip or wave dash will get you supersonic. And now you go all the way over here. Oh, that's an unfortunate side flip. But now our triangle's like messed up. Let's look at this from a bird's eye view. As we're transitioning. Our transition offense, what formation is this? You should be playing opposite of Colin. Colin needs to either take second man or third man back. And then you go opposite. Because you should have been right behind him here. And realistically, you should probably be here, and Colin should be playing like over here. But since he has more of the timing for the shot, maybe he'd go here, and then you can swerve around. Colin's playing both, and you're way too far back. You should be here right now. If you're here, think about how much better that is. I mean, Colin could have dished it out nasty to you mid. It worked out that he missed, actually. But we can't rely on him missing stuff like that. That side flip is painful. You feel like you're playing scared or nervous or not warmed up or something. You should go backboard here. There's a very good chance this person, I don't remember what he actually did. I was mostly looking at your wave dash. There's a very good chance that this person hits this off backboard. If they put it on net from there with that much power, they're not going to really do much. Where do they hit it? To the backboard. And Colin's kind of there, but you, if you're right here, you have that all day. You could do anything you want. Colin barely gets there and probably has like no boost in the process. Yeah. You should have been backward there. Okay. Why should, pattern recognition. Why should you be on backward here? Let's see if I can put it into words. Abe has shot covered. There's not a threatening shot. There's a very obvious threat of your backboard just being open, and they can easily hit the backboard from that position. You can easily get to the backboard. So because you have a teammate in net, going backboard is good. Also, going backboard's good from a shot that's far away like this. Like he's almost at midfield with no speed. Going backboard is good there because you can still save. Like if you're like here, you can go backboard, or honestly, you can still jump off and save a slow moving shot pretty easily. I know you have mechanics to do that. And now you're on the wrong side of the play because you rotated across. You're going so slow, man. You slam on the brakes. Maybe you're trying to dodge that demo. So maybe I should cut you some slack. Like, where are we going here? You're on the wrong side of the play, and you turn quick. I think that might be the issue. I think we're also close to each other. You have time in threes. It's all about timing. You're like so awkwardly close here with no speed. I would much rather you, instead of just turning around right away here, swing out wide, grab pad, and you're like here right about now. And think about how much better this position looks of you being here with more boost and more speed, rather than slamming on your brakes right where you are. We literally get scored on because you do that. Actually, what? Do we save this? We do save it. We should have got scored on because you made that decision to turn around there. And this is why you have low boost like all game. Because you're not swinging out wide. And you're also slamming on your brakes at the point of contact. That's a good dunk. I like that because you're first. You maybe don't have to try to go for this. You can just let your teammate do that. You have no boost. I guess it's not the worst thing in the world, but I think the better play is just to just turn out and go back. That's like a 1 in a million play that you hit that, which maybe you're hoping for 1 in a million with 45 seconds down too. I don't think you wave dash here. It's much faster, like speed flip. It's way faster to just speed flip here and way more boost efficient. Because by the time you land, you're basically almost supersonic anyway, and you use all the boost to get there anyway. And you're kind of a sitting duck until then. Like you're here and you speed flip right now. That's going to be way faster. The times you want to wave dash in the midfield is when you want to have the speed, but you're too far pushed up already, so you don't want to start moving forward yet. But you want to like sit there and then get that burst of speed at the right time to like change the timing, because a wave dash will be slower than flipping forward. And here you want to be flipping forward. You kind of get demoed for it. By kind of, I mean you literally get demoed for it. That's a good powerful hit. I like that. Just clearing it. You should have scored that too. I mean, you know it. I don't... Gotta hit with the corner of your car. You put that front post. He just missed a shot. That's fine. I like that you saw your teammate and played around him there. You don't have to flip into this. You saw this coming from a million miles away. That guy messes up his wave dash. Zero chance there is anybody even remotely close to him. You can jump, take a controlling touch, land on that boost, and then try to get another 50. But you doing this is just like... I mean, I guess our team was there because you didn't hit it quite as hard as I think you wanted to. Oh my gosh, that touch was crazy. Okay. So you go for it. You're rotating around. Honestly, just good awareness that you went to ball cam there for a little bit. I probably would have stayed on car cam and tried to look for a demo. So this was good. Oh, I think they own goal here. That's why the final score was 2-1. Yeah. So overall, I think all the things that we did wrong that whole series was you're rotating too quickly. Like you're just whipping around in goal when just take longer, wider, like to show you in game. Oh, to show you in game, you're just like here and you're just whipping around ready to defend. Just go out here, grab this pad too, even go past this pad sometimes and get this pad on your way in. Just to get that timing right. But you're here and then you're slamming on your brakes at the moment of impact. And then you're just the sitting duck in net. You gotta have that speed. So that's the biggest thing I think you need to work on right now. Everything else was like fine. Like maybe there was a time you shouldn't have boomed it or something, or more precise touches, like you could have scored that goal if you would have put it near post, but that's fine. I'm not too worried about like those small things. Mostly just yeah, the timing of that rotation, then also recognizing that one time where you should have gone to backboard. I think we need to do a lot better job of that. That is just like, that wasn't a pattern because you only did that one time, but you should know 100% that right there you have to go to backboard. So those are two things from that. But yeah, let's go get a dub today in playoffs. Or not today, but Friday, this week. Good stuff, Bryce.